What's up, everybody? It is Prem here, and welcome back to day 37 of Growth Every Day. We're back at it with another podcast style video, guys. Transitioning over to these. Did a swim today of about 40 laps, 10 breaststroke, 30 freestyle, something light. Tomorrow I'm going to hit it again with the push day. But I had a long day in classes today, guys. It's Mondays and Wednesdays. They get long. I have chemistry all day. It's one subject all day. And I actually am finishing up this Wednesday, so I'm then going back to BU September 1st. So excited. I know I keep mentioning it, but I'm so crazy excited to head back. Can't wait to show you guys everything there. I have so many big plans for the channel and just for myself, and I just can't wait to be back. But barring that, today I wanted to tell you guys a little story. And the point is going to come somewhat near the end. When I was around, I think I was like 11 or 12. Sometime around that age, right? I was around 11 or 12, okay? And I was so not good at school. I was so not good at school. And the reason for that was because, yes, I cheated a lot in elementary school, okay? On the state capitals test, I was looking over and stuff like that, okay? I never learned how to study. I never learned how to manage my time. I never learned how to do anything, right? Starting sixth grade, I don't know what changed for me, but I had this epiphany moment where I'm like, okay, if I keep just copying off people's papers, I'm not going to learn anything, and I'm just going to know nothing, right? And so starting sixth grade, right, again, I think I'm 11 at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing my own work, right? Start studying on my own. And another motivation behind that was because, I was getting older and cheating was definitely not acceptable. And I didn't want the grades that I got going forward that would be put on a transcript to not be mine, right? And so I made a pact to myself I wasn't going to cheat. And I didn't cheat after that. But it was hard, man. Sixth grade was hard because I didn't know how to study. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was trying to figure it all out, right? And it felt like everybody around me had kind of gotten into this groove, because most of them didn't cheat and they knew what they were doing already, and I was kind of just stuck. And I remember I had one class with a teacher named Mr. Baker. It was world history. I sucked at history, and I still suck at history, but I remember in that class I did really poorly on tests. I think I got a D, then I got a C, and then I think I got almost close to an F on one of them, but it was not good. So not good to the point where I actually went in with my mom to go talk to the teacher to see what we could do to help improve my grade in the class. And to my surprise, I still had a 91 or 90% in the class. So I still barely had an A. The reason for that was because I did all my homework, right? So that thing that you put aside because you're like, oh, who cares? It's 10 points. Yeah, that piles up. I was so surprised. I was like, whoa, the hard work is kind of paying off, right? And I remember that year I had set the goal for myself of getting honor roll, right? I was like, I want to get honor roll. And after this parent-teacher meeting, I didn't get honor roll sixth grade, but seventh grade, I started busting my butt, right? I took all the tips that my teacher gave me into account. I started going hard, and I started, studying. I started doing this. I started doing whatever. And I started finding my own groove, what worked for me, study habits that worked for me, right? And all of a sudden, I started doing so well in school. I got 90s club, which is a step down below honor roll. And my school went off, I think, trimester systems at this time. So, first two trimesters, I got 90s club, right? Which was an achievement for me. I don't think I had gotten that before without cheating. And so I was so proud of myself, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I feel it. This last trimester, I'm getting honor roll. And that last trimester comes, my name comes up in the award ceremony. They say Prem, Jain, 90s club and honor roll. Boom. I felt so happy. I was whatever. I get up there to the stage. I grab my certificate. But for some reason, they didn't have my honor roll certificate. I was like, oh, whatever. Who cares, right? Come to find out that year, they made a mistake. And I actually didn't get honor roll that year. And I was so devastated. I called my mom. I was crying. I was like, how could they do this? I worked so hard. I deserve this. And you know what? I think it was at that point that I really was at a crossroads. I had put in all this work. I had really improved my studying. I'd really improved my academics. I'd really improved my grades. And I could have either chosen to let this, this loss per se, deter me from studying ever again. I could have gone back to cheating and just did whatever. But I'm so happy that the younger me chose to take it as just fuel, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show them. I got 90s club, I got honor roll, and I got distinguished honor roll all throughout high school, every trimester pretty much. And I was so in tune with how well I could study now because I had been doing it and I refined it. And people come up to me now and they say, how are you so smart? How are you so academically gifted? How are you so this? I'm like, I am not. People ask me how, you just don't know what it's like to fail. It's the opposite. I failed so many times, thought I had achieved something and hadn't. The worst feeling, to think you've achieved something you haven't. I had been through all of this stuff, right, when it came to schooling, but I just took it as motivation. I let it fuel me. And so the point of what I'm saying is that if you see somebody in the gym, in life, in your career, in school, whatever, that's doing so well and you just think, wow, they're just so easy for them, I promise you it's not. They have come here through so much hard work and grit. They have gotten up when they've been put down. They've just gone through so much failure that they've learned what success is like. So don't give up, even if you feel like you're getting nowhere, even if it feels like you're doing so much and you're like not budging an inch. It's like when you're untying a knot, it's like you work at the knot for so long and it's like you're putting in all this work. You're sitting there for like 5-10 minutes and you're like, this knot won't come undone. Then all of a sudden it's just like, whoop, and it just comes undone. With just the slightest pull, it just comes undone. So on the surface, it just seems like you're doing all this work for nothing, like the knot's not budging. But I promise you, you're doing something, and just the tiniest little bit more effort will undo the knot, and you'll get to your goal. I promise, guys, don't give up. Thought I'd give you a little anecdote today. Nothing is easy. Nothing comes easy to anybody. It's all practice and hard work, okay? So I'm going to leave it off here, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please leave any feedback you have in the comment section down below. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. This is Prem here. I'm signing off. Later.